not kidding you. This is his.
That was his sad
Oscar acting.
That was his sad acting.
And he's sad the whole movie. So. That was as scary as every movie we had today.
That was scarier than every movie we had today.
Certain things that you just want to forget about, and then also say, hey, guys, I experienced this. But you don't want to say that about this one, and you don't want to necessarily forget about this because you want to warn people not to have ever seen what we've seen.
Battle of the worst.
Battle of the worst.
Sandwiches and scares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie says, okay.
No scares.
Okay.
Are you going to talk like that the whole time? Okay. Is there a true 10th layer of hell?
Here's the 9th layer of hell. We started right about here.
And would it seem like, okay, so the first movie dropped us into the lowest layer of hell, and then we stayed in a labyrinth of shit, constantly going left and right into even more just different versions of that hell. It wasn't worse. None of them were seemed like super worse, but they were always just equally as bad.
You never amounted to anything in your life until she came along!
I think he's really
I
talking
know
to
she's
himself.
gone! And that the is the failure because you failed to do anything!
Okay, what did he just say? That whole thing right there.
And you sound like a coward to do anything about it, aren't you?
Gene is talking to Gene right now.
Hold on.
Because they're like, should we start rolling yet?
You know, I could put this movie on all three of these movies on a line chart where it just goes down, and then there's a little spike when the first movie starts up.
Or when the next movie starts up.
Yeah, when the next movie starts up, but then it goes down, and then it repeats. It just goes down again.
Well, the first one, it was like this the entire time until there was one part where it goes, we were like, yes, this should have been the entire movie, and then it goes back down to.
So, Zach, would you like to start us out on
Monique?
Behind the sheet.
Monique!
Man, this movie. You've seen the movies where it's like one director, one editor. Well, one this guy did everything. This movie, the guy did everything.
He was the cameraman.
he was like in selfie mode. Like I'm pretty sure he was doing selfie mode the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just about.
the overall plot?
It's about an alcoholic writer who is down on his luck.
His wife died.
His wife dies. He's out of work. He moves into this weird haunted place.
Haunted house.
He moves into a haunted house to write a book.
Which is haunted by...
An abandoned haunted house.
Well, it's not really abandoned.
Yeah,
the
the
other
guy
person
who owned
died
it,
too.
Lance, who used to own it, died.
Died, yeah. And so he moves in there to write a book. And... Well, I was yawning. I didn't want to... So he moves in there to write a book, and it just turns into, okay, so some of the items are haunted. Now, keep in mind, it's not some of the items. It's one of the items.
Monique, that's it. You were his favorite little promotional tool.
Nothing else is haunted. It's Monique,
Uh,
and somehow
a
he
doll.
knows. Yeah, it's a mannequin.
No, there's a doll that constantly.
There's a random doll that
The
moves.
doll
at one
never
point.
does anything though. The only thing the doll does is
And he doesn't even see that, so he can't even say that that's haunted because
Yeah.
he didn't see it happen. It's always behind him. And it always now in the very beginning of this movie, it seems like everything likes to creep up behind him, including the tree.
Yeah, it starts off where when he's at the cemetery talking to his dead wife, that the tree behind him is slowly creeping up on him.
Now, keep in mind-
it was jarring when we first found that out.
That wasn't like a gag. That what literally happened was they were shooting it one way, and then they're like, "Oh shit!" All of the sun moved. Okay, hey, we're just gonna cheat you over. Hey, just kind of turn this way. Let's get some shade from that tree. So it just seems like it just creeps in, and then Monique does that to him all the time. But it starts out
just like always over his shoulder, like, what you ratting about?
Yeah.
boy?"
And so it starts out him at the graveyard talking to his dead wife, and he's doing this all the time. I'm not kidding you. This is his
That was his sad.
Oscar acting.
That was his sad acting.
And he's sad the whole movie. So, and so he does that for about 5-10 minutes, and then he's in front of
Guys, I feel like this is gonna be the worst one that we do.
Why? Because of this.
a limo of his drinking a
Yeah.
Mad Dogs.
A 1975 limo.
Beside the front seat of a 1975 limo.
He had to.
He always has
specify
to tell us the
Yeah.
exact stuff of the things he actually owns. So, and he goes into the trailer and look, it's a haunted house thing. So ha ha ha, there's a little skeleton there. There's a little this there. There's a little that. And he's just like, oh, if this place is so creepy, I wonder what the bedroom's like. Goes into the bedroom and it's like, oh,
Nothing wrong.
it's just a bedroom. Oh my gosh, he was that excited. He was like, oh, it's just a bedroom.
I didn't understand why it looked like he was acting like he was sneaking around in this house, like he wasn't supposed to be there. When it is very well established that he is very much allowed to be in this place.
And then,
He had a very long conversation.
yes, to himself.
To himself.
And then
And then he found Monique.
he finds Monique, but he talks to Monique like, oh, wait, what's your name? Oh, it's Monique. Oh, I remember.
It's Monique.
And then he was like, oh, because you were so-and-so's favorite. You were this and that. I can tell you right now, Zach, I have no idea what your favorite anything was 10 years ago.
No, I know what it was.
Are you sure?
The name of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was his promotional sex doll
Oh.
that he gave.
Not mine. The guy in the movies. Mine is very well kept secret. Yep.
What is her name? Monique?
I see you met Monique.
Then he goes on a drunken binge and yells at himself in the mirror.
Oh no, he was saying that before he was saying all that before they rolled camera to get him in the
No.
mood.
They didn't roll camera before he rolled camera.
Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man show, Michael.
Watch. He's like, all right. He's all yelling, "Ah!" And then afterwards, he's like, "Huh, all right, hit play on the camera." Oh shit. Leave it in.
I'm pretty sure that's how he like hyped himself up. He was like, "You're a terrible actor. You did this."
I swear, this is how most of the movie we got nose shots up the nose, mainly because he's like this, and constantly checking. Oh, okay, the camera. And then he would make sure his
Here's
fingers
the
on
thing that
zoom.
confused me. So I don't know if he's always doing that. Here is the thing that's just baffling my mind. I don't think he had somebody filming. He had somebody filming because every now and then it would zoom in to his nose. It would zoom into something. So either he did that digitally, or
he did that.
or there was somebody else going meow, meow, and stuff.
He did that with his finger.
How do you do that with your phone?
He's not
you have to
using
go like
his
this.
phone. He's using a camera, a little hand camera.
A little bad
with
hand camera, so you use the
yeah,
like little.
and then the little zoom thing,
zoom
and then
button.
zoom out, so he can have a little bit of. That's why he never knew what he was zooming on.
That's why he kept looking at the
he
camera.
had the little
too.
image thing flipped.
So he would be
sideways.
like,
So he
is the
saw
camera
what
even
was-
on me?
That's why I think that's what that look that he always had was when he was what you were describing. I think it was him trying to like put one eye on the camera to see if it was lined up or not, but he can't move just one eye. So. But he tried.
God willing, he tried.
He always tried. And that's,
Well, gee golly, I'm gonna try.
I think that's what that look came from.
Okay, that makes more sense. Makes a lot more sense when you see a lot of these stupid scenes.
It is.
There hasn't been. How long have we been watching this?
Nothing's happening.
Recovering alcoholic moves into a former haunted attraction. A very haunted attraction. And some of the props take on a life of their own.
Did he just tell us what the story is? Yep, right when we asked.
Why does the background look like it's fake?
So ultimately, he decides to. He gets a call from his publisher, and
We haven't heard from you in a long while.
Yeah, and which is it's credited as somebody else who's the voice on the phone, but it sounds exactly like him. Exactly.
I'm telling you now, we haven't seen the likes of someone that looks like you for a while. And we would love for you to write us that story that right before your wife passed.
Right direction. Can you do that for me, sir? Give me something by tomorrow, anyway?
Yeah, I can get you some by tomorrow. It's no problem.
Yeah, he tells himself that he's supposed to write a story. He has until like tomorrow to have something in. I wish the conversation was that short. It
No,
wasn't.
every conversation is like 10 minutes long.
Time to turn over a new leaf.
Is that Mountain Dew? Yep.
Soft drinks.
No.
Mountain Dew. Can't beat it.
Dang, you're just gonna get
Fill my
diabetes.
booze bottle.
Boom, boom. Scare one.
There's supposed to be somebody standing out there.
No, it's the one in the window. He did.
Oh,
What?
the first scare in the movie was the little statue mannequin thing that they.
Oh, the
dressed up.
7 foot mannequin.
Yeah, because he was like, shh.
I love how he had to.
You hear that?
Convinced that he was trying to make it look like the mannequin was choking him. I'm pretty sure he was holding phone out like this. And then
No.
He was, and then with his other, he was like holding the camera out like this, and then with the other hand, he comes in, and he goes,
No, I bet you he had like a selfie stick between his legs. Aiming it, so he was like. That's what he did.
Monique, during the wee hours of the morning, had wrote his story, pretty much all of his story except for the very end.
She's pretty good at creative writing. Let's just say that.
Which is the exact same story he's doing, and his publisher is thrilled about it. That skipped like 30 minutes of the movie. Right there.
Yeah.
But
Thank
then
God.
the greatest thing in the world shows up in this movie that saved us as viewers. The Scarecrow. There's nothing alive.
Something's happening, people!
The Scarecrow.
Well, you get to learn how villains make all those noises outside sheds and stuff because they shoot it
Okay.
improperly.
Matt does escape. He escapes. He's fine. He doesn't call Gerald and be like, "Hey, this just happened to me. Maybe you should get out of there."
Let's go ahead, fisticuffs.
I want to use my hands.
Mind powers?
Is he a Jedi?
Oh my god! He's doing the Darth Vader move!
He has people all the time calling him and be like, "Hey, you shouldn't be around there. I heard this happened." But Matt, he doesn't get a phone call from Matt saying, "Hey, this just happened. Get out."
I just got attacked
Yeah.
on that property from a scarecrow. You should probably leave. You could get attacked too.
Yeah, it just happened. I'm going to the hospital right
And
now.
it's literally nighttime.
Yeah.
Comes by and what's going on? Nothing. Nothing's going on. But then the guy starts drinking, and then gets attacked by the demon spirit. And I love how he's just like sleeping, then looks up, and you see him. It's all like he smelled a fart, or it was like watching a porno, and then his mom caught him or something. He Wah! Looks straight down, Wah! And then suddenly now he has black eyeliner on, and he's looking at himself in the mirror, and he's like, "I'm now bad. I'm the Undertaker."
Oh yeah, he did get possessed, didn't he? Was that a possession? Is that what
Yeah,
that
it was
was?
supposed to be a possession.
And Monique was protecting him from the Undertaker.
I love the fact that he's sitting there, he's always like, "Oh, this guy, Gerald, that I'm inside, he's so strong, he has such a will to live." And it's like, the guy was trying to commit suicide this entire time and crying like a little baby the whole time. He is not to have this will to live.
Yeah.
That's called terrible writing.
Who would have?
Good job, Gene.
Undertaker kills Monique.
No, Undertaker walks over there, talks to Monique for a good 15 minutes,
Okay,
and then cuts the head off.
I was trying to get to the action.
Oh yeah. No, don't worry.
Action.
Then he goes over there
There's action.
and he just goes into like the living room and he sits there and he's like he's gonna watch TV. But then what happens?
He's gonna kill himself with a gun, and he's like, "This time it's really gonna happen, Gerald."
But then what happens? Gene puts on some women's clothing.
Yep. There were two women in this movie. And it showed somebody walking in a dress from like the legs down, knees down. They showed a woman walking in a dress, and you know it was Gene.
But the funny thing is because here's the thing, Gene has a very specific body.
Mm-hmm.
Very specific body. I don't care what clothes he's wearing, you can tell that that's Gene.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about it. So when you see Gene in a dress, or Gene in high heels and a short skirt and some leggings, you can tell it's Gene. And so he walks out and he stares at himself. And he's like, oh no, it's Monique! And then he just like he kicks over the table, spills his milk. There's literally milk that spilled. I was really paying attention. I was like, Gene, you just spilled milk all over your room. You know? So he spills milk and he just starts rolling around on the floor and he's screaming and just like doing that kind of thing.
I was kind of impressed with his dedication at that point. He actually knocked down that coffee table.
He really did. He broke his stuff. But you just kind of, when you know how it was filmed and you know it was all by himself and he was just doing this, it was almost like a self-made vanity project.
If there was a neighbor, they're like, there goes Gene again, doing another breakdown.
You kind of feel like you watch like a dirty porn. You just like feel dirty. You're like, oh, I feel like I need to take a shower and hide away from people.
It did kind of have that chat roulette vibe to it.
Like you're just clicking through chat roulette and you saw like 5 penises and you're like, okay, I'm done, guys.
Yeah.
I'm done with this movie.
That's kind of how watching this movie feels.
But ultimately, while he's thrashing around on the ground, he grabs a cross established earlier and puts it to his face. And it burns him. He knocks out. He's fine. It cuts to black. We were excited. And then a phone rings.
Oh yeah, I thought it was going to be over.
Then a phone rings.
Yep. We all thought it was over, and I think it was Michael that was like, "No, that's his phone ringing."
It's like, no. This has to be the ending credits. Has to be credits. Has to be. That's a phone.
Yep.
Well, ultimately,
Then nothing happens. Literally, it's just it's just his people talking.
he gets a movie deal, and then he is
Monique's alive now.
He's leaving the production office when he meets somebody walking up to him and says, "Hey, we can collaborate."
And it's Monique.
The real
He's
It's Gene.
He's like, "You seem really familiar." What's your
Familiar?
He said familiar.
Yeah, all right.
I swear he says familiar. But he's like, "Hey, you look familiar." She's like, "My name's Monique."
Dun. And then we're treated to the greatest credits of about 3 names. And then it goes right into dancing Scarecrow.
What was the song that it played? What was it dancing to?
Do you love me?
Do you love me?
Do you love me? Do you love me?
Oh, and I love how
now?
he kept, because you know it's Gene in there, and he's always doing he's always doing this like blowing the kisses thing, and then you're like,
Is that your phone?
and that was that turning off.
That last one is probably the most taxing film we've ever watched in our entire lives.
I don't want to talk about it.
I feel like we should burn it just in front of everybody. Just burn it and just don't even talk about it. There should be no more proof of this thing existing.
So we watched a movie called Monique. We watched a movie called Redacted. This is our review.
Cut it into like small pieces.
This better be somewhat entertaining.
I don't know. This world sucks.
Michael, will you tell us about
Larry Stanley.
Larry Stanley's Gray Agenda?
Okay.
Can't do it with that on?
No.
Okay.
You're wearing a hat under there.
Yeah, to help with the little. It's made for a kid.
Okay.
Really? It's made for a kid?
Yeah, it's got.
That's a big head for a kid.
Well, I want to see that on a kid.
Yeah, I really do.
You need to put that on Cole.
Me? I just need to talk to you.
Bartender, serve on me.
to dull, you son of a bitch.
Gray Agenda is dumb people.
Something is really wrong here. Has your friend ever just disappeared like this?
No. Never.
Neither has mine.
Go to a dumb place.
Let's go. Please, just let us go.
You were here because you were chosen.
And kill some dumb aliens.
The Greys.
You want to explain what a dome is? Deep underground military
Base.
base.
There you go.
I thought of a P. It's like, dump. but this movie is a dumpster fire. So yeah, it starts off with like 10 minutes of credits and just old footage of various footage of like presidents and stuff talking about aliens.
I think the greatest thing is right underneath the actual title. It says, by the way, this is a fictional movie.
It's fictional. It tells you about dumbs.
Incidents that many reliable, good citizens felt were sufficient to justify some action by our government and not the kind of flippant answer that was given by the
world from some other species from another planet.
I think that was Reagan.
Yeah, that was Reagan.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Dumb. Deep underground military base. This is a dumb movie.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
Movie starts.
I don't know. That tingled my butthole. I was scared.
And there's so many characters.
It's
a little frustrating how many characters.
We have Larry Stanley.
Larry Stanley.
Director,
writer, and
actor,
lead actor.
And he is
director, writer, actor extraordinaire.
Yeah, he wants to be the tough lead, and he gets he's really adamant about his $500 he won from this guy playing pool, and it's so frustrating because the guy's like, "Hey, I don't have it." And he goes, "Where's my $500? $500." It reminds me of was it Deuce Bigelow? She goes, like what, $300? And he's like, $15. And he wants his
No, it was $10.
$10.
No,
yeah.
but and Larry Stanley is also one of the greatest at doing the resting fish face. Every single time he's in the background, it's.
It will be like a pilgrimage on Christopher Columbus.
Do you think he makes that noise he just made when you did that?
Yeah, right? That is my stomach.
But he just, every character, when they are not talking, supposed to be acting, they do not exist. They are like mannequins. So we're introduced to him. We're also introduced to his best friend, old best friend, A.W., who just shows up and saves him by just talking.
$500. He doesn't pay, that makes him a bum. Prende?
Oh! So I like how the cameraman's just so into it, he's shaking the fuck out of that camera.
Yes, he walks up and A.W. says, "Hey, I just got back from military duty. I just want to chill with my friend, and that's it." And then he walks over and goes, "Military? What were you in?" And he goes, "Air Force." And he goes, "Oh yeah? I was in Air Force." The biggest sumbitch in this entire movie.
Where the guy who's like
Air Force.
6'1" has to go.
Is he wearing lipstick?
I think it's blood.
Yeah.
I think it's lipstick.
Now they get together and they're about to have this really nice romantic talk back and forth.
Larry's still angry about not getting his $500, so he walks away because he sees another person that he has a beef with.
Oh yeah, suddenly everybody sitting at the bars is looking for
Me?
I've seen him talk to
Bartender, smells like me.
It's only a dollar, you son of a bitch.
Gives a dollar. Gives a dollar.
A dollar. That's it. And then after that, we're introduced to the jock and his nerdy friend who are just obsessed about aliens. The jock is not. Jock wants to go out and
He wants
apparently
women.
He can't leave without his friend coming with.
If I watch this stupid video, will you please go get ready? You know, maybe you'll actually meet some nice girls.
Then we see a video online that's 1.5 minutes, but this thing's like 4 minutes long, and the guy's neck keeps stretching.
Society, advanced technology for keeping our existence a secret.
His neck is stretching.
It really is.
We didn't address it, but right behind him was Six Flags.
No, but
Six Flags over
then we find out how he died. You're like, oh, this guy got killed and he got strangled in his own home. And it's like, it's because his head was growing and going into other people's homes. He was like Mr. Fantastic, just stretching over there.
They didn't tell you that by strangled, they actually meant he accidentally twisted his head into a pretzel and tied himself up.
He goes into somebody's house and he's like a peeping Tom and they're like, oh no, it's looking at my wife or something, you know.
And then
think it's a snake.
And then while that's happening,
I see it like it looks like the remember in Beetlejuice where he's like that giant snake thing and he's like all I see is that guy's face. Beetlejuice going, but he's going, help me, help me.
He's like, I don't know how to stop it, help.
And so people are jumping on him. Like there's like actually like 12 people that strangled him all across the whole place. They're just strangling in different pieces.
Everyone knows what happened in the summer of 1947, Roswell. But what wasn't done
What's the joke?
was that the U.S. military
You see
was the
people
only surviving
waiting for the joke. It's like an hour-long joke, people.
We call it a comedy club because it looks like one, but it's really supposed to be this just a thing where people talk outspoken about aliens and cover-ups and conspiracies. But it looks like a comedy club.
Tinfoil Hat Club.
Yeah.
and then
So that lasts for like a good.
Yeah, we meet
12,
another one of our
15 minutes.
characters.
You don't like games?
I love games, but you don't look like Santa Claus.
What?
These people. I'm
There
telling you.
were too many cooks in this kitchen.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
There was
We
way
need
too
to
many.
give them some kind of names instead of saying the geeks and this and that.
Okay.
Wayne's World. Let's say Wayne's World. Those two. Let's just call them that because they are with the Dana Carvey guy.
Can we get a swing?
Wing. Okay. So Wayne's World, the group, goes over to the bar and meets these 3 girls, and he's like, "Yo, those bitches be fine. I'm gonna go, get my Jimmy wet." He's not talking like this, but at the same time, this is what he's basically saying.
So the first thing that he tells the girls is, "Hey, you like games?" And then one girl goes, "I like games, but you don't look like Santa Claus."
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all.
Guys, we need to power through this movie. We are still in the first 15 minutes, and it's a 2-hour long movie.
It's the longest son of a bitch movie.
Okay. I know how to skip ahead.
Have we met all the characters now?
No, we haven't. Because there's.
I think we need to at least establish.
Okay, there's X-File guy and girl.
Your friend, Bo Spencer's body, was found outside the hotel last night.
And X-File guy is the slowest talker
Oh, the Cuban guy.
in the world.
Yeah.
T-1000 trying to spruce it up right there.
Then there's the cop.
Okay, I was there. I don't know what's going on. Something's not right. But if anyone's going to take him to the station, it's going to be me. Are we clear?
So they get abducted. The Wayne's World friend and the two hussies get abducted. They try to find their friends. Wayne's World Jock and Skinny Girl try to find their friends.
I can't believe they aren't doing anything.
Gotta try to relax. I have an idea.
What is your idea? How do I know your friend isn't some kind of sick killer? He could have chopped up my friend.
They can't. Then we get a shot of Larry Stanley walking and it's daylight. Then you have a flashback of how he got there.
Oh, he got dumb. He's been dumbed.
In an early MTV montage.
Where
Where we meet the doctor. The doctor, the mad scientist with the stuffed aliens.
an extraction.
They're like it's like flesh-like, but it's all goo. Like you could just touch it and go.
Yeah, it's filled with cotton.
Oh, okay.
It's like a Build-A-Bear with.
I thought they were
aliens.
like statues.
No, they kind of move.
Or like
you can kind of
plastic
go like this
things.
with their arms.
Yeah, you can move.
Oh, hold on. You know what this? It just came to me. You know what this movie reminds me of? Have you ever like bought a bag of chips and you're like, oh, this is Cool Ranch, and you open it, and it's just a plain tortilla chip, and you look at it, you're like, what happened? There's no flavoring. There's nothing to it. It's so bland. It's just this, and so you call the little thing on the back, and you're like, my chips didn't have shit on it. I'm like, oh, we'll give you
But they
another
don't
bag.
send you another bag.
But this is
You never get that
no,
other bag.
No, this is just the bland potato chip bag. And you wish you had a better movie. You wish you had another movie. It has all the makings of a real movie. But there's no flavor. There's nothing. You look at it and you're like, what?
The actors don't deliver.
Oh, no. You cannot blame this one on the actors.
The one that was trying to...
The actors don't deliver. The writing doesn't deliver.
Nothing delivers.
The concept could, if it wasn't completely overplayed.
If it wasn't completely
No.
batshit stupid.
No, this story couldn't have worked at all. The only true person who was trying was the doctor, the mad scientist. He was trying. But he was trying too hard that it got frustratingly annoying.
We'll get along just fine. It'll be as it always has been. Except humans won't be in total control like they have been for millennia. No, the Greys will take over and we will make a race for both. A super earthly race.
You sound like Hitler, you crazy son of a bitch.
Larry Stanley gets out with a gun, and then he meets a couple of people. He gets caught by the cops. The cops keep him in holding. The X-Files people go to meet him. Wayne's World Jock and Skinny Hussy. They decide, hey, let's go to this conference that my alien friend who wanted to be knowing more about aliens wanted to go to. So they go there. And then they meet AW. They meet host of the place. And who else did they meet? They met one more person. No, that's all they met because it's not until they get out and he's like, okay, show us where they are.
You see in the credits, they have to credit it, at least.
Tex, Denise, was one of them. That's when I came back to tell you.
Oh, man.
Welcome to hell.
Oh, then she goes, welcome to hell.
You know, I think there's a point during this movie. I feel like it was about the point where we are now, where Michael started like doing like.
Oh yeah.
He started doing like shadow puppet dogs. I was like, oh my god, this is great.
I don't know how many times while watching this, like say you're the couch, I was just like, of staring at the designs on the couch because that was more entertaining than watching this movie.
I was looking at the cracks in my paint.
We tracked spies, prevented espionage, terrorism, which if you were up to no good and
Let's rehash it. At first, the last movie, the Monique movie, we thought, okay, this is bad because he keeps reiterating the same thing, but he's only talking to himself. So we're like, oh man, that's bad. But is it worse when you have 10 characters and you have to keep telling them the same thing and each one keeps telling each other the same thing? We thought maybe add more characters in the first one, but no! We were missing the one character! For every 1 minute of action, by the way, that's all the action in the movie, you get a whole movie. 2 hours of movie.
For every 1 minute of action in this movie, you get 120 minutes of dialogue.
It's a 2 hours and 8 minute movie. I love at the end, it's the same shot of him getting out of the place, and he looks like a bum that just came out of the like he was like drinking right next to the lake, and he's like, oh what, and then he's saying this epic thing like, I'm gonna kill them next. Don't worry, I'll be waiting. And it's like,
there are any more aliens out there,
and he just looks like a fat, overweight, skinny armed guy where he's like, what? The special effects are amazing because we looked it up, and this guy has said that this was going to be the greatest movie to come out of his hometown.
Dallas.
The place he's living at, Dallas. And all we can tell him is, you made a movie. Because the special effects are MS Paint clip art. Put in there, okay, that's supposed to be a blood little circle, but let's make it really quick so nobody notices.
Like the mannequin in the other movie.
That's fine
Well,
with me.
it's better.
I would tell you right now,
There was no story on the last one. There was nothing to talk about.
Yeah, the last one, even if we would have gotten through it,
It's the same fucking people!
fuck you, Dad.
God damn it.
Fuck you, Zach.
I don't want you to talk about it either, if it makes you feel better.
The next and last...
It was called Invaders from...
Something Ghoul. Invasion...
From the Ghoul Planet?
Something. Planet of the Ghouls.
Invasion from the Planet of the Ghoul.
This is intense.
So it starts out with this little kid, and the little kid is wearing this really bad, like fro, like curly fro.
Well, it starts off with them establishing that it's Halloween.
But it's fantastic. Yeah. The kid's not wearing a mask yet, or Halloween anything.
He's carrying a mask.
He's carrying the mask. And you're like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing.
They already spent too much money.
He's talking, and you're like, oh my god, I can actually understand him, and it sounds terrible. This is going to be hilarious. He starts watching a movie. You're like, oh my god, this is going to be hilarious, because you just see random smoke, and it does little flashes, and it just looks so terrible. And you think, oh my god, this is going to be hilarious. I'm going to keep saying that because it goes downhill from here.
This movie was a shot on video. So
in 2016.
Yes.
And it was on VHS.
With a budget of estimated $50.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? I have to give him this. It did look better than Larry Stanley's movie. No, I already hit the button a lot, so it's probably out of space. So Larry Stanley's movie looks worse than this guy's movie, which was shot on VHS, which is a 20-year-old plus technology. And yeah, he did this in 2016. this guy with a VHS.
Didn't Larry Stanley have like dust on his lens the entire time though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
There was dust on both. On all three of them. So it starts off, and this kid makes a friend with E.T. Terry.
I think his mother,
I started cheering.
His mother was replaced by a Frankenstein monster.
Frankenstein's monster.
Okay, so yeah, they made a little technical error. It was a child who made a technical error. So now wait, first of all, there was a guy on TV who was like, let me do this. And he's looking at his actual script. And he even drops the script at one point. And he's like, oh, hold on. Exactly that. And so he's like, oh, reading from the script.
Like every five words he has to look down.
And some of them it's like 2 words, you know.
Now would be the time to remove yourselves from the room.
Are you reading the script?
We constantly, after every shot, it zooms in, and then up.
Yeah,
and
it,
then fade
like,
into the next shot.
The camera just...
At least, I don't think so.
Covering your eyes.
It's my fault. At least...
I bet you this is young Jon Snow. Runs to his bedroom, and there is E.T.
A nice thought. But sadly, it just ain't so.
I like that Terry doesn't move.
Got all kinds of jerks like
Yeah, but I trust Terry.
I can't breathe in here. Let me out.
Come on. I'm suffocating in here. Don't you want some help with your little problem?
He opens up the closet door, and there's E.T. Terry. And you're just like, no way. And Terry's talking.
Moving with the company of strings.
Oh yeah, no, and then they're like, okay, let's crawl around and let's go do this and do that. And so Terry's like leading them, and you see Terry, of course you can see the strings. As Terry's like being pulled.
They're like shimmying across the floor.
Yeah.
Like spies would.
They meet another spooky monster, and that one has like a skull mask on, and then they run away, and then they're like, how do we stop them? Hey, let's just put a blanket over them, and then tie them up, then we're good.
I think that was one of those fabric hoses.
Yeah, but he didn't even tie it, he just put it around it, and we're good.
Yep.
And end of them. And then suddenly the TV comes back on, and it tells us about more spookies coming. And it was what? It was another Frankenstein monster. And the Wolfman.
And the Wolfman. But when they get to, I guess, reality,
into the house,
it's a Wolfman and Dracula.
And then the sad thing is, that's all the interesting stuff. Now it literally just becomes them kind of crawling around and being snuck after, and then he goes into the area and fills up water and kills them. Splat. Oh no. Okay, I say fills up water. He fills up water and gets an onion, which is supposed to be garlic. And then he
garlics aren't this big.
And then he goes into his
Garlics are this
bedroom,
big.
or no, and then E.T. Terry goes into the kid's bedroom to find a spoon
that his
to
father
stab.
It was a silver spoon that his father gave him for Arbor Day.
Yeah, to stab the werewolf, and so both of them go in there. The kid gets the onion water and splashes it on, of course, Dracula, which is supposed. If you make believe that it's garlic, it's gonna happen. So it kills.
I wish the Dracula was just like, what's that onion?
I hate onions. You know? And then, of course, Terry.
How did you know I was allergic to onions?
Then Terry starts just dabbing the spoon into the shin of the werewolf.
It was no silver bullet through the heart or anything like that. It was just.
And then what happens while the kid's sitting there getting fat? Terry crawls on over, puts his crotch into in the back of the kid's head, and then strangles the kid to death. You're like, what? No way.
Terry.
Oh, it got really tedious. That one was tough to watch. All of them were tough to watch.
The hard part about it was the technical part. I mean, I think I could have sat through it with it being so boring and slow. It was the constant zoom and pan, zoom and pan, that it made my eyes hurt. My head just throb, and I just, every time it panned up, I just found my eyes closing. Every single time. I don't know why. Never had that happen. Never.
This has probably been the hardest, most painful experience on Battle of the Worst.
It was not fun.
Yeah.
There was no fun whatsoever.
There's redeeming qualities for some of them, but I'm gonna have to say I would never watch Grey Agenda again. Because Monique at least had the scarecrow in the middle, and I can see myself falling asleep until that point. And then I can see myself watching that point again.
Zach?
I want to say Monique so bad, but for all the reasons that I want to say Monique, I have to give it to Grey Agenda, because Grey Agenda drew it out for so much longer. The conversations that just go nowhere.
Well,
and drone on and on and on.
Then
Grey Agenda gave us 3 scenes at the end that had no point.
You're right.
It added like an hour to the movie.
Yeah, I think it's unanimous. I would never watch Grey Agenda again. That one is so god-awful. There's nothing redeeming about it. There's no entertainment value at all. Unless you want to talk about the incompetency of it. But each one had entertainment value in something, except for Grey Agenda.
Is there a trophy in front of me?
Oh, that was my choice.
That was your
That was my choice.
Congratulations.
I want to thank Larry Stanley for making this possible.
Any special?
This is for you.
You know, people have no idea. We got through this.